Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another discussion video for today. We're going to be talking about the idea of a possible return in the Walking Dead Dead City and my thoughts on the idea. Now, Gimple has mentioned this a few times, and it sounds like he has brought this up again in an interview recently. I've had a few people talking to me about this. A lot of people recommending me to do a video talking about this. Basically, Gimple was asked about potential cameos in further seasons of Dead City. And he said that he does believe that it would be fun to have Steven Yeun return as Glenn. However, he mentions in this article, he also mentions that he does think that it's going to be a bit difficult given Steven Yeun's busy schedule. And then he kind of goes back on his statement and he's basically like, not to say that the other actors aren't busy, but Steven's really busy, you know what I mean? But it sounds like he wants to get Glenn for something in Dead City. Now, I mean, honestly, it kind of makes sense in a regard because Dead City is literally all about harping over Glenn's death. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, to a degree, I think that makes a lot of sense. If it ain't about Glenn's death, it's about the methane, you know? So, yeah, no, I get that. But, you know, what would they do for a Glenn scene, right? Like let's think about this, you know, realistically, if they would do it. It would either be one of two things. It would either be a flashback with him and Maggie, which I guess you could do that could happen. Or you could do a hallucination with Maggie, which, to be honest, is kind of the one I prefer. Because I want a moment where Maggie is, like, talking with Glenn and almost, like, you know, trying to ask him how the hell, like, you know, is she supposed to go forward, you know what I mean, with the way her son's acting and the way that, you know, Negan's still around and all that stuff, and Glenn actually gives her, like, some, you know, good advice, you know what I mean? I think that'd be good. And I think it would be a good moment to see Maggie interact with Glenn again. I feel like Maggie's character just feels like she's going around in circles, and maybe this is the answer to finally end all that, is to give us a Glenn scene, give us a Glenn hallucination, and then let Maggie's character move on, you know what I mean? I mean, yes, you're never going to move on from a traumatic event like that, obviously. But for the sake of the story and for the sake of the consistency of the writing, I feel like they need to do different things with Maggie that's not just, you know, Negan hate and, oh my god, I hate Negan and all this other, you know, stuff like that. So, honestly, bringing Glenn back is it's a fine idea. My thing is like, I feel like it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you could do it, you could not do it. I get it. I mean, you know, Gimple even mentions, like, Steven is a busy guy these days. I don't know who keeps up with Steven's content, but he's been in, like, everything lately. Like, he's been in Beef, that show on Netflix. He was, well, obviously he is Mark on Invincible. He plays Invincible in Invincible, which that's a huge role that would take up a lot of different time. And I know he's involved in lots of other different projects here and there. He's been involved in a lot of movies and a lot of different things. So, the actor made it big time. Steven Yeun made it big time. Like, more than I'd say a lot of the Walking Dead actors have, to be honest with you. Like, maybe besides, like, Norman, and even that, like, honestly, Steven is popular, like, from this. So, honestly, I hope they can get him, but I'm not begging for them to do it at this point. Dead City is not one of those shows I'll beg them to do it, because I feel like it's just, again, the show is about harping on the past. So if you don't, you know, do it, if you just kind of let the show move on and maybe do something different with it, then to be honest, I think that could be a pathway to success at this point. But you know, if they want to keep doing old stuff and, you know, looking over old things and stuff like that, which they'll probably do, then I guess, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, in terms of Steven, like I said, I think it's just a matter of getting him. I don't know if he's too busy. I don't know if he would do it at this point. I mean, I'm sure he would, because he, you know, respects the Walking Dead crew a whole lot. But at the same time, I know he's mentioned before after 701 that he wants to leave the Walking Dead behind him. He said it was a fun part of his career and that was it. So for them to bring him back, they'd probably have to have a pretty penny. And given the one street that they film on, I don't know if they have that budget right now. So we'll have to see. So if I was to predict, would Glenn be on Dead City, you know, for hallucination? I'm going to say he wouldn't. I'm going to say he's not going to be. I don't think this will go anywhere, unfortunately. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. I don't see it happening. At this point, like, I feel like there's so many other things they're going to do. There's so many other things they're going to do with the Dead City story. They're probably going to focus on New Babylon, focus on these other things, and I don't see Season 3 pausing to do that. You know what I mean? And it sounds like it definitely won't be at least season 3, because, I mean, they're filming it right now, and I haven't heard anything about Steven being on set, and it sounds like it's a difficult, task. So, definitely, going to be pretty crazy. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below. Do you think this would make a difference in Dead City? I don't think it would. I think this would just be very samey at this point. But again, you never know what's going to happen, right? You never know what'll kind of go down. So anyway, post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, of course. And if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, be sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.